Hi guys, so today's episode will be about braised pork. Super simple, easy, straightforward to make. There isn't much to say, but I would just like to say thank you to everyone that has been subscribed to the channel. I'm really touched to know that you guys are interested in what I'm doing, and I'm super blessed and humbled to know that some of you guys have tried the recipes and that they've been working out for you. And yeah, I guess it's like social proof that I'm not like spewing nonsense on the internet. So yeah. This shout out though really goes out to 30% of you guys because apparently 70% of you guys who are watching these videos are not subscribed. So I don't know what you guys are doing, but it will definitely help me and the YouTube algorithm if you like, share, and subscribe. So yeah, enjoy the video, guys. So the first step, we have pork, red onions, and garlic. Nothing complicated, we just have to cut the pork, mince the red onions and garlic. So once that's done, we move on to our braising liquid, which is salt, sugar, dark soy sauce, and white pepper. Ideally, I would have liked to have Chinese 5 spice and brown sugar, but at the time of recording this video, I realized that I didn't have any of that at home, so it was quite unfortunate. So that's basically all the prep, guys, and what we have to do next is just cook. So we first start off with the red onions and garlic. We throw that into the oil, let it brown for a bit to release all its fragrance and flavors. So once we have that going, we just have to add our pork in, let that cook, let it brown for a bit, and then so it gets that nice color before we add our braising liquid. So you can see the pork now has like a brown color. That means it's time to add our braising liquid. So we add that in, mix it around, make sure everything is evenly coated before we add water for the simmering process. So the mistake I made here was actually adding cold water instead of hot water for the simmering process, because when you add cold water it immediately stops the cooking process, and that's not what you want for the braised pork dish.
One hour later.
So the dish has been simmering for about an hour. As you can see, there's so much steam coming out that it basically laid an egg. I don't know the food science behind it. Comment down below if you do. Anyways, I'm adding honey now because it's my personal preference. I feel like the sweetness from the honey does kind of bring everything together and give the whole dish a fuller flavor. So at this point, the dish is basically done. Now what you want to do now is to be able to just thicken that sauce and intensify the flavors, and how you do that is essentially add flour and water into your dish. Now when you do this, make sure you use flour with cold water instead of hot water, because hot water will cause the flour to clump, and that's not what you want. You don't want to see white bits floating in your pan. And don't be that lazy person who throws flour immediately into the pan, because it doesn't work that way. So as the dish is being brought back up to a boil, you can see that the liquid in the pan has greatly reduced. It's become a lot darker and richer in color, and with that consistency, you know that the flavor is gonna be there. It's gonna be super rich. And yeah, that's basically the dish. So as this dish begins to cool down a bit and you begin the plating process, you'll realize that the sauce will thicken up even more and become this super thick, rich consistency, and that is what you want. You like it thick. I just want to say that this music makes me feel very hopeful. Like, it makes me feel like I've been on a long, tiring, difficult journey, but we've made it to the end, and it is indeed a very rewarding one. And I guess it's an accurate depiction of how I feel when I finish shooting YouTube videos all the time. Because for a newbie like me, I guess it can be very frustrating. And when I finally finish everything, or finish shooting, and I get to sit down, relax, and eat the food, although it's cold most of the time, I realize that I'm totally fine by it, because it's a sacrifice that I chose to make in order to put these videos out for you guys. And it's one step closer for me in achieving my goal, which is just to help people realize that everyone can cook, and that cooking is not scary, cooking is not intimidating, and no one should be afraid of stepping into the kitchen. And yeah, I hope you guys will be able to help me spread that message, because it really is my dream. And if you guys have made it this far to the video and you're still listening, I would just like to say once again, like, thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll see you guys very soon.